Guys, welcome to my video. So this video is going to be about passing inspection, and particularly if you guys have a service engine soon light on your car and a code that comes up on the OBD2 scanner, ODB2 scanner. If you guys had a code that comes up because of the service engine soon light, and a lot of times that service engine soon light gets lit up because of an emissions leak, and a lot of you guys don't want to spend the money to fix it. Like me, I didn't want to spend the money to fix it because I didn't know what the issue was. I had wanted my sensors changed up, didn't change the issue. That code still pops up, and this is the first time I went through that process as far as trying to get that code off so that I could pass inspection. So I had the option of either getting that fixed, and in my mind, you know, I thought it was going to be really, really expensive. So I'm like, either get that fixed or find another way around it. So finding another way around it was, how do I get that code off? And I did some research, and there's this thing you can do, or theoretically there's this thing you can do as far as driving the car, and right before it finishes the entirety of the drive cycle, you get 6 monitors. The monitors are pretty much the sensors, the diagnostics of each sensor. There's about 7 or 8 sensors, I believe. But this is correct. You know, you get. I drive a 2008 Nissan Altima, and I believe it's about 7 sensors. It's about 7 monitors that comes up. As long as you get 6 of those 7 cleared, you're good. So I realized that. So I went on YouTube, I went on Google, did some research, and well, first of all, just clearing that light doesn't actually clear the code. Well, no, wait. It does clear the code. But it does clear the code, but the issue is that the drive cycle has to finish all the way through for it to read a complete, for it to read complete, so that you can pass, you know. So when they do the emissions part, when they put in the scanner, all right, it's gonna read, I forget what it reads, but it's gonna read that it's incomplete. Okay. Obviously, incomplete is going to mean a failed inspection, and you guys are going to have to pay for that, because it equals a failed inspection. It's incomplete because it didn't go through the whole entire drive cycle. It can't read it. It can't read all the monitors that it needs to read. So my option was, all right, I'm going to try to finish up the drive cycle, and this video is on, should you do it? Should you do that? Go through that option of trying to finish up, trying to clear 6 of the 7 monitors by almost completing the drive cycle. Right before it completes, you drive it to get inspected, and it shows up that 6 of the 7 monitors are cleared, and you're good on it, and you get a passing inspection. So, if you guys watch my other videos, I'm going to say that's a no-go on that. I'm going to say that's a no-go on that because I wasted 2 full gas tanks trying to get that done. And every time, I believe, just before it finished up the drive cycle, the code will pop up. And I have an OBD2 sensor. I believe that's what it's called. I have an OBD2 sensor, Man, I'm doing this in the dark, but so this right here, OBD2 sensor, Maxi Scan. Anyway, I used up 2 full. That's like $80 these days. All right, for 2 full tanks of gas, and just putting miles on my car, miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles on my car, driving it on the street, taking it on a freeway, going above 60 for a certain period of time. All right, so I believe the 5th one would clear. Wait, I believe the 4th one. All right, normally there'll be 3 monitors that'll clear immediately. Then the 4th one will clear after a little bit of driving, and then the 5th one would clear after a little bit more driving. But just before you hit that 6th monitor, from my experiences, just before it hit that 6th monitor, the code would pop up, and it would just keep on doing that. It would just keep on popping up. So what I did was I would clear the code, and then I would drive the drive cycle. I would do the drive cycle again. Just keep on driving. All right. I know there's a video out there that says if you drive your car for 20 miles. Wait. Okay, the way that works is just clear the code, just drive it. All right, clear the code, clear the odometer, set that to 0. You know, the low odometer, set that to 0 so you can do a record of it, and just keep on driving it and wait until the service engine soon light pops up again. Now it could be like 25 miles, it could be 40 miles, whatever it is. All right, I watched the video. That's what the guy said. And he says, all right, so if it pops up after 25 miles, what you're gonna do is you're gonna drive your car for maybe 20 miles, and then take it to the mechanic. Take it to the mechanic, and it'll be right before it hits that, 6, or right before it hits that 7 monitor. You should be able to pass it. But it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. I actually logged on the miles. I did 2 full tanks of gas. It did not work at all. And I must have tried that, hack of the drive cycle, trying to figure out how many miles to go before that light came on. But the thing is, I had my old OBD sensor connected to my car, and even before the service engine soon light came on, it read that there was a bad code. The emissions code came up even before that. So I'm just gonna assume that on this car, it's a 2008 Altima, that the emissions sensor was probably like the 5th code. So I couldn't actually. It would have been impossible for me to finish that up. Finish, right before it hit the 7th monitor, for me to take it, because it would have been the 5th monitor, and then once that pops up, there's no purpose in doing that at all. So if you guys check my other videos, I did this a while ago, maybe like during like October or September, a couple months ago, but I didn't actually go this deep into it. All right, and my suggestion as far as trying to complete that, driving it until that drive cycle is almost complete, and then taking it to the mechanic to get it inspected. I'm gonna say that's a no-go on that. I'm gonna say that's a no-go on that. On this car anyway, I'm gonna say that's a no-go on that. It didn't work for me. I must have tried it maybe like, I tried it 2 days. It took me 2 tanks of gas, like $80. It took time out of my day, 2 full days. It didn't work. So I'm gonna say that's a no-go on that. Don't try it. I'm gonna say no. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. All right, maybe you guys want to try it once. If it doesn't work once, it's not gonna work. All right. Okay, maybe, I don't know if it's just my car, but okay, maybe you guys should just try it one time. If it doesn't work that one time, don't waste your money on gas and your time and stuff like that. It's not gonna work. All right. So that's a no-go on that. So what did fix it was me changing the O2 valve. The O2 valve, which was right next to under my gas tank, and it took me 40 bucks to get a guy to change it. Now I got a guy from Craigslist to change it. You might get charged like 80, whatever. He charged me, wait. Yeah, I believe he charged me like 40 or 50 bucks to change it. And the only reason why I didn't change it was because I thought it was gonna cost me like a couple $100. I thought it was like a bigger issue. I thought there was like a leak in some kind of tube where you'd have to take the tube out and then buy another tube, and then there'd be work under the car. But it was just a little, I did a video of this. You guys want to check out my video, check out the video. It was a little, I forget what it looks like, but it was like a little thing. I bought it from, bought the part from eBay. It cost me like, I don't know, 20 something dollars, $19, $15, whatever it cost. Had that swapped out. My car hasn't had any issues with the service engine soon light. I got my car inspected, no problems whatsoever. So if I have to tell you guys like what's the best thing to do to get your car inspected, to pass inspection, if you guys have a service engine soon light and you guys don't want to spend money trying to figure it out and stuff like that, I'd say do those two things. Do those two things. And you guys, do those two things. Do that one thing. Get the valve. Normally, that's the one issue why the service engine soon light comes on. That's why it stays on. Do that thing where you change up the valve, the O2 valve. Check out my video on that. All right. Switch out that valve. It'll cost you maybe like $60, $70, and you guys will get a passing inspection with that.